Imagine a kindly 79-year-old man, beloved by his neighbors, found brutally slain in his own home. 4 years pass with no answers, until a single discarded water bottle cracks the case wide open. This is the story of Steven Kilwein's murder, and the moment justice finally closed in. Steven Kilwein was no stranger to hard work or kindness. A former contractor who spent decades building Bozeman's skyline, he settled there in 1986 after growing up in North Dakota. Neighbors recall his quick smile, the way he paused mid-walk to chat with passers-by, and how he doted on his 5 children. Inside his modest North 9th Avenue home, photographs lined the mantel, scenes of fishing trips, holiday dinners, family graduations. To his daughters, Carrie, Carla, and Karen, he was more than a patriarch. He was their rock, their comedian at Sunday barbecues, and the warm presence they worried about most when his calls suddenly stopped. On the night of June 12th into the early hours of June 13th, 2021, Steven's world slipped into darkness. A neighbor later reported muffled voices around 2 a.m., followed by a thud, a sharp crack, and an urgent expletive. When concerned daughters called 911 that Sunday afternoon, officers forced entry to find a horrifying scene. Multiple chop-style wounds, shattered door and window frames. Yet, curiously, nothing stolen. Not even Steven's wallet, with $2,400 in cash. Initial reports pointed to electrocution, but a deeper autopsy 2 days later in Billings confirmed the worst. This was deliberate homicide. Detectives scoured the scene for clues. Among the broken glass and blood spatter, they found an Apple iPhone in Steven's front yard. Its owner, 25-year-old Austin Clowes, a local MSU grad and former Bozeman High football player. Under questioning, Clowes claimed he'd been bar hopping downtown, lost his phone walking home, and never entered any homes. Call detail records told a different story. Between 12:15 a.m. and 1 a.m., his phone pinged near North 9th Avenue. 2 friends tracking him on Snapchat even saw him close to the scene, then sprinting away. Rumors swirled. Was it a random break-in gone wrong? A disgruntled tenant? A burglary? No fingerprints matched known offenders, and nothing was missing, fueling theories of a personal vendetta. For months, leads ran cold. Community tips arrived daily, yet each suspect vanished under closer scrutiny. Forensic DNA. In 2021, technicians collected samples from Steven's fingernails and pajama bottoms, but Clowes refused a voluntary swab. So detectives went trash digging at his residence, seizing a water bottle from his garbage. In early July 2025, a match emerged. The mixture on Steven's clothing was 3.2 billion times more likely to include Clowes than any unknown individual. The same DNA traced under Steven's nails. On July 10, 2025, Austin Clowes was arrested on a deliberate homicide warrant. A stunned Bozeman watched as deputies led the former high school football star, handcuffed, into custody. Court filings detailed multiple chop-style injuries, and bail was set at $1 million. Clowes, now facing life, or worse, stood before Judge Rick West on July 11th. With Clowes behind bars, the Kilwein family hopes for closure at last. Gallatin County Attorney Audrey Cromwell called it an extremely violent and senseless killing of a vulnerable elder, while Detective Captain Dana McNeil praised the collaborative effort that cracked this cold case. Yet, as the next hearing approaches on July 25th, questions linger. Will the truth of that night, motives, the possibility of a second assailant, ever be fully revealed?